Hey, what's up, guys? Last night you had Chris Lytle versus Dan Hardy, which was a back and forth fight. It was a very good close match. Dan Hardy should have done more leg kicks, and you actually see Chris Lytle doing a lot more combos because he was a professional boxer one time, and he kept doing a bunch of body shots, which I still think Dan should have went for more takedown attempts and more leg kicks, but we see what happens when Dan Hardy goes for a takedown with about a minute to 50 seconds left in the fight. He goes in, shoots in for a takedown, which Dan Hardy's not good at wrestling or really jiu-jitsu. He shoots in and gets caught in a guillotine choke and gets choked out. And I actually think if it went to the decision, it would have been a hard decision for the judges to make because it was back and forth, and I think the UFC should put on more free fights. It's unedible that they do that because it just seems like the fighters who have nothing to lose, that are just going out there for the pure fact of fighting. They're not fighting for a number one title contention. They're not fighting for a title shot. They're not fighting a champion. They're the ones who always go out there and put on the best fights, and they're not just sitting there like, should I put on a better fight? Could I? Shut up. They don't do that. They just go out there and swing for the fences, and that's what Chris Lytle and Dan Hardy did. And Jim Miller, that dude I thought was going to be a number one contender. I thought he was going to be a champion. Showtime Pettis, the dude he fought, knocked him around, busted up Jim Miller. I never seen Jim Miller get dominated like I did. Jim Miller was on a 7-fight win streak coming in. Maybe Jim Miller was just one of those guys who get to that pinnacle when you win 7, 8, 9 fights in a row, you get cocky, but I don't think so. I think he seriously went out there to win, and he got dominated. And overall, this card was pretty good. I would say it was one of the best cards I've seen in a long time, and because it was free, it was good. I think because a lot of people don't get the Versus channel, they should have it back on Spike TV or on like Fox or something, because a lot of people I know, I asked if they're watching the fights, and they're like, I don't get the Versus channel. And overall, this fight card was pretty good. If you go to MMAlinker.com or MMA hyphen with the little line core.com, you can see the fights, because like I said, a lot of people don't get the Versus channel, and it's disappointing that they put it on a channel that not every cable or satellite provider gives out to people. So with that said, thanks for watching UFC on Versus 5. But like I said, if you haven't seen the fights, go to MMAlinker.com and MMAcore.com, because they always have the fights, and they might not be the best, super best quality, like high def, but they're really good, and that's where I get a lot of my fights if I haven't ordered the pay-per-view. And one thing that sucks is if you would have got this fight off of UFC.tv, you would have had to pay for it. I don't know how much you'd have to pay for it, but it said you had to purchase the fights and stuff. But they should not cut Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy is good for the sport. He's good for the European viewers. He's the type of dude who always puts his heart and stuff online. I mean, he's not that technical of a fighter when it comes to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think that dude needs to work on his ground game a lot more, and he'll be back. And the thing is about Dan Hardy that I like, he always goes out there. He doesn't care if he gets knocked out or whatever. He's not going to be... He was a number one contender one time, and he hung in there with George St. Pierre 5 rounds with GSP, which is a tremendous thing. But overall, he just needs to go back and come back stronger and hungrier. I like when he first came into the UFC, Dan Hardy was 4-0, and now he's 0-4. So hopefully Dana White, hopefully you don't cut him, because Dan Hardy is good for the sport because he puts on exciting fights and he doesn't just lay and pray. So, in the comment section below, if you watch this whole video, do you think the fights were good, decent, and do you think Dan Hardy should cut the 155, or do you think Dan Hardy should just be cut from the UFC? Thanks for watching, guys. Now get that camera on my face. Oh, one last thing, keep on trolling.